This show is called Culinary Chaos because we're pretty crazy. And you know what's really crazy? I'm not being paid for this promotion. I should be, but I'm not. Super Cubes, send me money. Send the check, Super Cubes. Were you aware that 30 to 40% of our food system is just straight up waste? That's why we teamed up with Super Cubes. Super Cubes are a food prepper's dream and they help cut back on food waste. Super Cubes makes freezing and storing soups, sauces, and stews both easy and convenient. They're 100% food grade silicone, no BPA, no lead, no PVC, dishwasher safe, extra sturdy with steel reinforced. Airtight lid eliminates freezer odor and it's even oven safe up to 415 degrees. Every section of this tray is one portion of soup. If you guys make homemade soup, you can store it up to 3 months with no waste. Whenever you guys are ready for some homemade soup, simply remove one portion from the tray and slowly heat it back up to its original state. The cubes will melt and then you'll just have your fresh homemade soup. This is basically leftover soup, guys. I'm pretty sure you have most of the stuff already in your cabinets or in your fridge. 2 large russet potatoes, diced. Pound of smoked bacon. 1 leek, diced. 2 ribs of celery, diced. 1 onion, diced. 1 can of sweet corn, cream style. 1 can of just regular sweet corn. 2 cups of chicken stock. Half a cup of heavy cream or whole milk. 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. 2 tablespoons of black pepper. 3 bay leaves. And 1 sprig of rosemary. Now the first thing we're going to do is dice up some taters. What are taters, precious? Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. We're going to show you guys how to dice them. I don't really feel like I have to teach y'all how to peel, but I'm going to teach y'all how to peel just in case there's that one guy who's like, I don't know how to peel a potato. Okay, grab you a peeler. Or if you don't have a peeler, take a paring knife and simply, like they did back in the Navy, back in the old days. Okay, I get it. You don't have a paring knife. That's fine. You have a chef's knife. Use that. We're going to top and tail it, same as everything else. Then we're going to cut the side off as close as we can. As little food waste as we get a flat bottom. You lay it down, and then once again, as close as you can to prevent food waste. Then just roll it along. The bad part of this is you're increasing the food waste. The good part about it is you're saving time. Now, cut it in half just to make it a little bit easier to manage. Lay it down. Do the same thing. Now the reason you guys want to dice these is simply for 3 reasons. 1, presentation. 2, the cook time. They'll all cook at the same time. And 3, look at this cute little square baby potato. Isn't it cute? Ain't it adorable? If you guys want to prep these in advance, that's fine, but make sure you guys cover them in water or else they will start browning. Now when it comes to bacon, you guys want to use a really good smoked, thick cut of bacon. Now, I'm a little bit biased, but I like right bacon. It's not right, it's wrong. And that's another one right there. Right bacon, give me your money. Now, if we took the bacon out of its package and started cutting, this would get really slippery and greasy and difficult. So, pro tip, throw your bacon into the freezer before you start cutting into it. That way it's chilled and it's easier to cut. Now this is a leek. The first time my parents saw it, they were like, what the hell did you bring in my kitchen? And the simple answer is this. This is what's left when Farfetch'd won't get back into his Pokeball. Why did you make me do it? I'm joking, kids. Farfetch'd is safe. In fact, to be fair, Kiko doesn't even know what Farfetch'd is. No clue. But how do we prep these things? Do we just start cutting them? If you look, it's covered in dirt. Okay, these things come up from the ground and they are just filthy. Look at all this dirt. Now, normally I wouldn't pull the leaves down to show you all that dirt, but I had to let you guys know and get the point across. If you don't know how to properly prep this thing, it's going to get into your food and then your food's going to taste like dirt. And that's why it's important for you to show up and watch every single episode, like and subscribe and send it to your friends, because without this information, you would have been eating dirt. So how do we prep this thing? How do we prep a leek? It's very simple. We're going to cut off the top. This part is inedible. We cannot eat this. However, throw it in a super cube if you have to. Just make sure you hang on to it because these go really well with like vegetable stocks and other things. Don't get rid of it. Repurpose it. Now to continue prepping this leek, once we cut it, we're going to cut in and down. Then we're going to turn it and do it one more time. In and down. We kept the bottom. The bottom stays on. We ain't topping and tailing it. Just top, gone, and then we quarter it. And now you have your leek, and if you look, still dirty. Basically, open up the leeks. Take each leaf. Make sure you get in there nice and good like. Now remember, a lot of that dirt and sand fell out of the leek when we were cutting it, so your cutting board is also dirty. So before you return the leek to the cutting board, wipe down your cutting board, wipe down your knife, and then bring the leek back over. And there we have it, the exact same leek, but now it is perfectly clean and is ready for consumption. Leeks are absolutely amazing, and honestly, they smell fantastic when you're cooking them. You'll usually find these in Asian cuisines, but today we're making it for soup. And now that it's quartered, washed, we're ready to dice. And all you gotta do for that is simply dice it. All right guys, 5-10 minutes in a freezer, and honestly it's chilled and it's gonna be a lot easier for us to cut. Now just like everything that's long, if we cut it down in half, it gets a little bit easier. Now with bacon, it's kind of a don't really force it kind of thing, because if you force it, the fat on the bottom is gonna get on your cutting board, and then it's just gonna get slippery and you're gonna be sliding all over the place. Let the knife do the work. However, everyone in our kitchen right now is not a professional chef. We are catering to all levels, beginner to advanced. Can I teach you guys how to make cream style sweet corn? Of course. Am I going to? Yeah, if you guys want. Put it in the comments, we'll make it as short. However, this is a leftover soup, so we're gonna just get the stuff out of our pantry and use that. Now that all of our prep work is done, guys, we're gonna make this soup. However, since we teamed up with Super Cubes in our fight to cut back on food waste, we are also gonna show you guys a demonstration on how to actually use the Super Cubes. So, we're gonna pop out a portion that we've made a month ago, and we're gonna melt it while we're also making the soup. All right, guys, so we're gonna film this in comparison. We're gonna make the fresh soup over here. We're gonna put our Super Cube in here. So on a low heat, we're gonna simply drop in our soup. For the fresh soup, we're gonna put our bacon on medium heat, and we're rendering out all that fat. Now we're adding the potatoes. You can either get rid of some of the bacon grease, or you can cook the potatoes in the bacon grease. It's really up to you guys, your preference. There's no wrong answers. And now we're gonna add a little bit of salt. Guys, remember bacon is salty enough, so a little goes a long way in this case. You can always add more, but you cannot take it away, so be careful. Then we're gonna add pepper. Fresh cracked pepper. This soup will absolutely smell like Christmas. Now we're gonna add our celery. We're gonna add our leeks. And now we're gonna add our onions. And now we add our rosemary. Now when we add our sweet corn, we got rid of all the juice that's inside of it. We didn't really need it. So just go ahead and add some sweet corn. And now when we get to the cream style sweet corn, honestly just open it up and pour it in. Now the reason we're using cream style sweet corn is because the starch in the potatoes and the corn are going to thicken the soup. So now we're adding the chicken stock. I know the recipe says 2 cups of chicken stock. I try to get it to where the ingredients of the soup are just now starting to rise up and just be a little bit below the actual soup itself. We're not trying to drown the soup. We're trying to just elevate it a little bit. Now, as far as the soup is concerned, if you're trying to meal prep or just make soups in bulk so you don't have to make them later, I would stop adding ingredients right there. We don't need to add the heavy cream. We don't need to add the milk or anything like that, because if you put milk or dairy in this and then freeze it and then thaw it out later, it tastes kind of gritty, and you're going to notice that. So, for dairy, add you a shot of dairy. And then we'll stir it up, and this soup is good to go. Now our soups are pretty much done. Our Super Cube is finally melted and it's gone back to its original state. If you were to look at these two soups side by side, they're almost identical. In fact, they pretty much are identical. So not only did we teach you guys how to make a fresh bacon potato leek soup, but we also put our money where our mouths were and showed you that Super Cubes is the best way to store leftover foods or food prep mass amounts. Link in the bio, check out Super Cubes, check out the merch, give us a like, follow us on all socials, never miss an episode, and we will see you on our next one. Keep it chaotic, guys. Later.